Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge, it's a good time to grab these items as we begin to ignite the healing within. And if you don't have smudge at home, relatives, that's okay. We'll send some cleansing, healing, and positive energy your way. It's a new day. It's another sunrise and another sunset. This is our opportunity to take a moment to reflect on how we feel and decide how we want to move forward on our wellness path today. Aloha, kakahiaka, hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a non-profit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, reflect on ways to integrate wellness into our daily lives, and we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you so much for being here this morning, relatives. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team members who are here with us in this virtual circle of care to serve you. We have one of our social work interns, just an absolutely very beautiful person, Kelly Lane. Hi Kelly, how you doing? How are you today, Kelly? And to our relatives out there, Kelly, like myself, we're in this circle of care for you. We're practicing what our CEO and founder calls community-activated medicine. Community-activated medicine means that the people are the medicine. And right here, right now, together, we are able to hold space for each other and support each other, to listen to each other with dignity and respect and with care and without judgment and without stigma. We're able to come as we are, however that may be. Maybe you just rolled out of bed. Maybe you're still in bed. Maybe you're still in your jammies. Maybe you're on your way to work and you're kind of just listening at, on the sidelines. It's okay. There is no time to be late here. There's no time to leave early. You just do what you need to do and know that whatever it is that's going on, that we're here to support it. And so with that, relatives, let's go ahead and do a check-in. I want to know how you're doing today. Maybe we need to do a body scan if you're not quite sure. And we can do that. And also with our check-in, you can let us know a couple things. Maybe you just want to just say, hey, I'm here. Maybe you want to let us know what you're doing for the day for your wellness. Maybe you want to share something that's going on. Or maybe you can just let us know, maybe not just, but you can also let us know if you have something that you need today. What is it that you need? And I'm asking you this not for me, not because I'm curious. I am a curious person. But the main reason we're really asking what it is that you need is because then you can decide how you're going to move forward on your path today. Or if you're going to move forward, because you might be like, nah, not moving forward today. Today I'm reflecting, and that's what I can give, and that's okay. You decide when, how, why, what. So with that, let's do a body scan. You can sit or lay or recline. You can close your eyes if you want to, just like when we deep breathe. You don't have to. You can do whatever it is you need to get comfortable. And let's pay attention to what our body might be telling us. Let's take a deep inhale. And starting at the top of the head, we'll scan on down to the forehead and the temples, and the eyebrows, and right here in the center of our brows. Let's take a scan over our jawline, our neck and shoulders. Deep inhale. Let's scan for the upper, middle, and lower back. Scanning to the tailbone and even our butts. We'll go ahead back up towards our shoulders. Paying attention how they feel. Are they tight? Are they neutral? Do you feel relaxed? We're going to scan the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrist, palms and fingertips. And let's go ahead and scan from our chest down onto our tummies. Paying attention if there are areas here that feel tight or maybe discomfort. Maybe your tummy feels full. Maybe it feels empty. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you have butterflies in your tummy. We're going to scan on down to our hips. How are your hips feeling? Your inner and outer thighs, your knees, your shins and calves, your heels, ankles, arches, ball of your feet, your toes. And let's go ahead and scan our heart space. Does your heart feel full of joy or love? Does your heart feel heavy? Are there feelings or emotions that feel like they may be weighing you down? Or do you feel light and free and ready for the day? And lastly, let's go ahead and take a moment to scan our thoughts. Taking a deep breath. Did you sleep well? Did you not sleep at all? Did you sleep lightly? Did you wake up refreshed and invigorated, or did you wake up with a lot on your mind? Maybe your mind feels neutral and empty. Maybe you feel ready for the day. Maybe you're invigorated from a cup of coffee or tea or your vitamins. Let's take one more deep breath. And exhale. And with that, relatives, let's go ahead and check in. How are you doing? We'll go to the comments section. Indigo says, wow, Malia, look at you. You must have something very special today. Nice to be here with you all. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you so much. I honestly was a little bit nervous about coming onto the R&R this morning because I don't talk about it all the time, but part of my work and what I do is cultural presentations. And today I have one for a kids camp. And I love to talk about love and aloha from the perspective of a Native Hawaiian person and try and bridge that cultural gap that, so that the children here in Wisconsin can have an understanding more about the Indigenous people of Hawaii and what our traditional beliefs and sort of like our ecological systems are. And so today I am wearing makeup, which, like, this used to feel normal for me all the time, and then COVID happened, and then so I guess this is my check-in, is that when I was putting makeup on today, I felt like I was doing something in the past, like, like it felt familiar but so long ago. So yes, I have makeup on. It feels strange. I have a mu'u on, a Hawaiian gown. Feels a little tight, but I feel good. And I'm wearing my ohia flower, which is in honor of my sister and in honor of hula. And then I have a lei. This is a lei that was gifted to me from my auntie. She made for me, one of my hula aunties. And so Thank you for noticing, Indigo. Again, that's my check-in. I feel good today. I haven't done a performance like this or a lecture or a learning engagement in, well, since COVID. So that would have been, what, March of 2020. So 16 months ago. So it's a special day for me. Okay, enough about me, guys. Thanks, Indigo. That's my check-in. For Kelly, Kelly says, good morning, Malia and relatives. Feeling sluggish today, but I am hopeful that coffee will help. Kelly, best to you on your mission of coffee. Hopefully you're sipping it already. And I hope that helps. Have a great day, Kelly. Thanks for being here. Kelly says to Indigo, good morning. So glad to see you here. And Indigo's check-in says, I'm feeling better today. Hard to quickly describe it, but bottom line, I've turned over to Spirit what belongs to Spirit, and I'm doing what I can, which is largely cultivating the feeling of being who I want, my next home to support my being. Sorry, I'm like, I lost it. Which is largely cultivating the feeling of being who I want my next home to support my being. That's a woman in deep relationship with Earth, tending to it with love, receiving from it as love. Once I got help getting to that clarity with some of the energy workers I trade with, most of my anxiety left. I still have some lingering heart issues, but my doctor is referring me to a cardiologist, and I'm trusting that process. Thank you for updating us, Indigo, and letting us know how you're feeling and what you're going through. Thank you for being vulnerable in this space. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad to hear that you're going to the doctor and that you're going to see that cardiologist. Indigo, you really are a great example of holistic wellness. You're focusing on spirit. You're focusing on the physical body. You're just doing so much. So you're awesome, Indigo. Thank you. So relatives, if you're just coming in, feel free to let us know how you're doing. Wherever you're at, it's okay. We're here for you. If you got something to celebrate, like, celebrate it. If you have something to mourn or someone to mourn, we can talk about it. If you're feeling uncertain, maybe today you're feeling like you're not enough, or maybe you feel like today you're more than enough. That's amazing. Wherever you're at, we're here for you. And so with that, relatives, we can talk about our morning elixir. Being that I'm on a time constraint this morning, I had my vitamins and collagen this morning. I also just have filtered water with me. Feel free to share, relatives, what is your morning elixir. I also wanted to share, I have 3 liters of water packed in my bag this afternoon because I will be outside and moving around a lot, so I want to make sure to stay hydrated. That's what I'm doing for my wellness today, and being prepared. So for me, balance today is about work and school. Relatives, I know a lot of times we don't think about, our balanced lifestyle, part of, that good medicine of the holistic approach of the way of life. A lot of it really is work and school. If you're one of those people who you're working a difficult job, honestly, I don't think any job is easy. If you are working a job, it's difficult. If you are going to school and have a job, then you're putting in that double, effort and energy towards what it is that you're striving towards. You may be working, but you don't get a paycheck. You might be taking care of everyone. You might be taking care of the household. You might be the caretaker. You might be the person who's, in the family, everyone comes to you to put out that fire, or everyone comes to you to give them that peace and security that they need. You might work multiple jobs. Are you one of those people you might feel that you're part of that daily hustle and you're wondering, when can I take a breather and focus on myself? wherever you're at, relatives, that work and school balance. Maybe you got no, like I said, maybe it's work that doesn't involve a paycheck. Maybe it's school, but it doesn't involve a degree. Maybe you're learning. Maybe you're on a. Oh, my cat is. What are you doing? Okay, I'm sorry, sorry to interrupt. My cat, she's been wanting attention right at this time. Okay, so I'm gonna just bring my cat up here so that she clearly wants to say hello and be part of this virtual circle of care. So let me bring her here. Hi, Purdy. Hi, Purdy. You want to say hi to your relatives? Here's Purdy, my wild child. She did this yesterday too. She say hi to your relatives. Hello. This is one of my fur children. She's not a year old yet. I think she's 9 months. And she was the runt of the litter. And she is so smart and so sweet, but she's very wild. Like she bosses around the two older male cats. They're much bigger than her, but she doesn't care. Pretty, get down. Now she's on my dining table. But anyways, relatives, that balance that you're looking for, in your life, maybe it is work and school. Maybe today, like Indigo's focusing on spirit. I love how Indigo's saying that, there's been a lot going on, and she's saying essentially that I'm just going to leave it into the hands of the Creator. I don't want to worry about this. I'm going to just let it be what it'll be. Maybe today your wellness, you're focusing on your physical health. That might mean, choosing something instead of that pizza or that fast food. Maybe for your physical health, it means picking up that phone and calling the doctor. Maybe it means just, instead of watching that next binged episode on Netflix, you get up and you walk around. Whatever it means to you, that's the beauty of your wellness path. It is your sacred choice. I don't want to choose for you. Nobody is here to choose for you, but if you're looking for ideas, if you're looking for inspiration, or if you're looking to be part of those ideas, to be part of that positive influence, that's why we're here. We're literally here in this collective of positive energy, in loving energy. To be here to comment, to be here to come as you are, to be here to take that mask off, to come here with warts and all, as I say, proverbially. However it is that you need to walk today or not walk, when you come here, that is a collective energy that you're contributing to that is powerful and beautiful and healing. And always, when you bring your energy to something, in a way of authenticity, in a way of just letting yourself be who you are. Alice says, late, but here and listening. Allison, we appreciate you. Thank you for bringing your energy here. And thanks for checking in. Kelly says, good morning. And that's a reminder too, Alice, you can't be late here. You come when you want and you go when you want. And we'll always be happy that you're here. Okay, so we can go ahead and do some deep breathing. And since I'm wearing some of my Hawaiian regalia this morning, I want to chant for you. I want to send you off with good blessings. And there's also something that I want to show you before we go. It's actually two things that are very, very important to me and my family. So we can focus on culture as medicine after we breathe and stretch. All right, you can sit, lay, or recline however you like. I'm sitting at my dining table. You can put your hands gently in your lap if you want to. Or you can put them down at your side. You can even put them over your heart if you want. We're going to take a moment and just focus on what we need. Closing your eyes are optional. Taking a deep inhale. Let that healing energy come in and exhale. While we're breathing in and breathing out, you're standing on your path. right here and right now as we breathe. Every breath energizes you. Every breath is healing. Take a moment and think about what is it that you need today. What is it you need right now? What is it that you need that can fulfill your spirit? Or maybe what is it that you need that can give you the energy that you need? What is it you'd like to do next today to make your day beautiful? To fill your day with gratitude or joy? What is it that you need? Deep inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. And exhale. And we'll just do a light stretch here, really light. Rolling the shoulders. If you need to, you can stand up, touch your toes. Maybe you just need to stretch your wrist or your fingertips. Let's go ahead and roll the wrists. And let's stretch each finger. Again, these are just guidelines, relatives. Ooh, my knuckle cracked. Do what you need to do. Trust your body. Listen to what it needs. And then we'll go ahead and clasp those fingers, pushing out and up. Deep inhale and exhale. How'd that feel, relatives? That was a light stretch. To be honest, it's because I have very limited movement. Today I do anyways. This gown is not made for stretching. So I wanted to talk about culture as medicine today. First, with that, relatives, I will encourage you. In the medicine wheel, we have our black, white, red, and yellow relatives. In Hawaii, we see rainbows everywhere, every day. No matter what color of the rainbow you are, it's reflective. It's reflective on the beauty that you are. So let's honor ourselves through culture as medicine if you care to. And the first thing I'll ask is, feel free to check in and let us know your lineage, your ancestry. If you want to share your tribe, you can share your tribe. Maybe your clan, or your chiefdom, or your family lineage. If you want to, you can share your name. If you want to, and by name I mean like you may have a name that was given to you, an ancestral name. If you feel comfortable, you can do that. If you want to, you can talk about the meaning of your name. You can talk about the pride that you have for your culture. You can talk about maybe your geographic location. This is culture as medicine. This is allowing ourselves to see the beauty of our traditions, the beauty of the collective of our ancestry that culminated together to create us, to create you. You are the culmination of all the actions of your ancestors before you. And chances are, you come from all sorts of different ancestry. How do you identify what part of who you are in your collective, in your DNA, in your blood, in your spiritual beliefs, in your traditions? What part of that speaks to you? What part of that is you? What part of that makes you feel whole? That makes you feel humble but also proud? That makes you feel like you come from something that heals, that knows who you are? Like a whisper in your ear. You can honor an ancestor. You can talk about somebody that you love. Maybe someone who's passed on. Maybe someone who's an elder. Maybe it's somebody in your in your tribe or in your collective of identity. You can honor that person. However you want to honor who you are, feel free to do that in the comment section. Hey Hawaii'o, I'm Native Hawaiian. I'm proud of it, but I'm not just Native Hawaiian. I'm a Western woman, right? I walk both worlds, and you probably walk both worlds too. If you grew up in those traditions, you probably are walking two worlds simultaneously. And we have that ability with culture as medicine, as modern people, to understand two different places. And sometimes those places can be a fine line that's difficult to traverse, but other times it gives us this all-encompassing beauty that we can seek healing from not only that Western world, to call our doctors to, if we need those medicines, if we need those whatever things that we need in the Western world, and then we can go to our traditional world, and we have our medicines there, and we have our plant medicines, and we have gratitude, and we have spirit, and we have prayer, and we have our clothing, we have our flowers, we have all these things. Culture is medicine. When you walk both those worlds, sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult to navigate, but the way I see it is that it gives us so much. It gives us an all-encompassing approach to healing, because we get both. And for our relatives out there, if you are one of those people who did not grow up immersed in your culture, I want you to know that it's okay. No shame. No shame. And also that it's not too late. It's never too late. We work with elders often on a weekly basis. Sometimes on a daily basis, we're working with our elders. And for some of them, 70 years old, are just learning for the first time some of their cultural teachings. And you know what? It is still healing. It's never too late. It's never too late. Indigo says, my female line is Tsalagi, Cherokee. My male line is largely from the area where Nigeria now is. I have other African and Turtle Island tribes in my bloodline, including Blackfeet. But if I simplify it, that would be these two. My spiritual traditions come from many different cultures from around the world. Since I was a kid, I always gravitated toward what was in common between them, understanding the subtle differences as well. I was always sorting out how I digested that into my own personal relationship to spirit. Indigo, when you're going to write your biography? Did you do that yet? Indigo, that's, in all seriousness, though, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. You're a beautiful person. Relatives out there, feel free to share. We can celebrate the beauty of who you are. And so what I wanted to share today was this bracelet. So in May, I turned 40 years old, and we have a tradition in Hawaii, which actually came from Queen Elizabeth. I forgot which queen. It was one of the English queens. Okay, and so when the English came to Hawaii, they ended up building relationships with the monarchs in Hawaii, and the Hawaiians would travel to England, and one of the queens, forgot her name, gifted our monarchs, our women, our royal women, our queens, what we call heirloom bracelets. So this is an heirloom bracelet, and when you go to Hawaii, you'll see the women from Hawaii, the natives or the local people, will wear these heirloom bracelets. And I wanted to share this with you because I don't wear it every day, but when I turned 40, my mom gave this to me. It has her Hawaiian name, Kanela, on it, and it has engraved in it all of her children's and names and the grandchildren at the time. So I don't know if you can see the engraving on the inside. They're called heirloom bracelets because at some point, as a rite of passage, they get passed on to the next generation. And so I didn't even know my mom had this, honestly. I don't even ever recall seeing this, but she gifted it to me for my birthday, and I absolutely cherish it. It's beautiful. I hope that it goes for me to, my son, I guess, because he's the only child that I have, and maybe will have, so it'll go to my son one day. And if he has children, it'll be passed down on and on and on. And this is a marker of our lineage, of where we come from, of who we are, of traditions past. I also have one here. It's a smaller one. And this one here has maile leaves on it. This one has flowers and it looks like ocean waves. But anyways, this one was in honor of my twin sister, Malia Chow. She was an MMIW. She passed in 2004, and so I wear this. I'll never take this off. I don't even know if I can take it off. But this is a Hawaiian tradition. Now, it's interesting too, because we talk about walking in both worlds. And this is an example of walking in both worlds. Hawaiians, prior to colonial contact, they didn't have metals. They didn't work with metals, right? So this is something that is now a tradition that came from Western influence, but it's something my family and I have embraced very much. In fact, most Hawaiian families have, and I'm proud to wear it, so I'll put it on here. Oops. And I know my Fitbit kind of makes it look not as beautiful, but there it is. So I'll wear those today. Do you have traditions like that? Let us know. Do you have those traditions? Do you have that rite of passage? Feel free to share. And I have one more thing to share with you. I'm just going to grab it. It's right here. Just got to reach over. I'm going to come around and grab it. It's kind of wedged in here. Okay, here I come. So, this is the shell of a Hawaiian sea turtle. We call it honu. And this is one of the most special things that I have. Because my dad, when he was growing up, they couldn't eat unless they caught something in the ocean. And so my dad was always spearing octopus, fish, all different types of fish. He would go diving. He would dive deep, not scuba diving. He would dive about 30 feet down and get lobster. And so that's how they ate. If they didn't catch it, they didn't eat. And one of the main sources of food for Hawaiians was a Hawaiian sea turtle, the honu. Eventually, at some point, because of the quality of the waters and what happened after colonialism and the missionaries came, is the sea turtle began to disappear and it became endangered. But prior to that, that was part of the food source. And this is, my dad actually literally probably ate this at some point when he was younger, and he saved it. So it's extremely rare. And for many of, as Native Hawaiians, we have what we call aumakua, which are our Hawaiian, ancestral guardians. And they can come in the form of animals. And so the honu, the sea turtle, would be one of those guardian animals for a lot of people. As a matter of fact, our CEO and founder, Leah, she's Native Hawaiian as well. She's very connected to the turtle. And I wanted to show this because our Turtle Island relatives, I just wanted you to see that. And here on the inside, you can see the spine. But this is just, I will honor this forever. This is one of the most special things. Things that I have, and it reminds me of my dad so much. And it reminds me to be humble. It reminds me of where I came from. And honestly, it looks like a big shell. It's sort of like chest size. But this is small. I would say this turtle was probably about 30 years old. But they can live up to 400, 500 years old if there's clear water conditions and healthy conditions in the ocean. And if they don't get eaten by sharks. Hawaiian sea turtle. And so with that, relatives, as culture is medicine, I invite you to reflect on where it is you came from, how you identify, and how that can strengthen you when you're feeling weak, when you're feeling like you're not certain of your next move, when you're not sure where to go, when you're not sure what you need. Remember that you can always go to your ancestors. Your ancestors are in your blood. They're all there. They're in our hair. They're in our teeth. They're in our bones. They might come as a whisper in our thoughts, or as a sign in a dream. But our ancestors are here to protect us. So I'm going to chant. I'm going to ask for our ancestors, for your ancestors, if you like, to protect you. I like to do this chant a lot. We're calling upon our ancestors today. I'll say it in English. Our guardian ancestors, from the rising and the setting of the sun. Your guardian ancestors from the zenith, the highest point in heavens, to the horizon. I'll call upon your ancestors who came before you, who stand behind you, and your ancestors who stand in front of you, who have yet to be born or yet to be grown. Our ancestors who stand beside us in the heavens, our ancestors who are there to protect us. We'll ask that they give us a sign or for what you need. May it come to you today in the form of a whisper in the heavens, or a reverberating in the sky, or a movement in the wind. I'll ask that our ancestors take care of us. They take care of you, our relatives of Turtle Island, our relatives of all nations and of all colors. Take care of us. Take care of us all. And in that, I'll ask that the earth grow, and that the heavens grow, and that Turtle Island and all nations grow strong and healthy. And then I'll ask that our ancestors give us that insight, that knowing. I'll ask that our ancestors give us strength. I'll ask that our ancestors give us that intelligence. I'll ask that we get that second insight or tuition. I'll ask that they give us that knowing. And I'll ask that they give us that spiritual energy. I'll ask this on all of our behalfs. Na'amako mai ka lahiki a ka lako, mai ka ho'okui a ka halawai. Na'amako ia ka hina kua, ia ka hina alo, ia ka akau I ka lani, o kiha I ka lani, o vei I ka lani, nunulu I ka lani, ka holo I ka lani. Ia ka pula pula a o ko, O relatives of Turtle Island, O relatives of all nations, black, white, red, and yellow. E malama o ko ia mako. E ulu I ka lani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka pai aina o Turtle Island, O lands of all nations, O Mother Earth. E ho mai ka ike, e ho mai ka ikaika, e ho mai ke aka mai, e ho mai ka maupopo pono, e ho mai ka ike pāpa lua, e ho mai ka mana. And with that, relatives, I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Remember, you are the medicine. Your energy right here, right now, collectively, when we gather in this circle of care, is powerful. Remember, you are powerful. You are the most instrumental and important part of your healing. You are the medicine. Malama pono I kokino. Take good, righteous care of your body and your mind and your heart and your spirit, because you deserve it. You were born whole. You were born enough. You were born complete. You were born as a beautiful part of this great mystery that we call life. You are a piece of that puzzle, and you are 1 in 7 billion people. You are incredible. And thank you for bringing the incredibleness of you right here at this moment. Aloha nui. Huge love to you all out there, relatives. You deserve love. You deserve what you need. When you reflect and check in the mornings and decide how you're feeling, may you go towards that next healing step. You are love, and you are loved. Before we go, there's a community survey link to this video. Relatives, please take it. Our CEO and founder, Leah, knew she would never charge a penny for healing. Every single one of our programs, every single one of our sessions, all the things that we offer will always be at zero cost to you. We will never ask for an insurance card, ever. But the way that we do this is through our survey. So please, relatives, reciprocity. Please take that moment of reciprocity and give back by filling out the survey. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. I certainly will. I have culture all day. Culture is medicine all day. Sending you all lots of love and aloha. Ahui ho'akuno. Hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. and aloha.